What's up, everybody? Mike here, and in this video, I've got some Diablo 4 huge updates, some major things to talk about with what they're doing with the game to try and make it a better experience overall. It feels like it's been such a long time since we, legit and maybe objectively have gotten really good news about Diablo 4. Honestly, with what they're trying to do to make the game a better experience overall for the community, the player base, all that stuff. And it sounds like, based on what I've read here, with the latest 1.4.0 patch that is coming, I believe May 14th to all platforms, this is a update and patch that's going to focus mainly on the base game. The season 4 is called Loot Reborn. This is how they're going, but it's mostly stuff based focused on the base game rather than like the seasonal content stuff, which honestly is probably a really good route to take right now, because if you don't know what's going on with this game, like, the game launched to a certain, expectation. I got it launched, my friends got it, we played it. I really enjoyed the story, but for me, the end game was very lacking. It didn't keep me engaged, and a lot of my friends dropped off as well too. And at the time, a few months after the game launched, the player base, I think, dropped off by like 90% or something like that. The seasons, the first season, second season weren't really delivering. Third season wasn't really doing it for people either. Overall, what I kept hearing from my friends and in the community I was reading about, things like that. So maybe season 4 is where, it pulls a significant amount of players back in the community. I don't know. Based on reading this, I'm also tempted to jump back in, but I don't know. I'm still busy with a lot of stuff myself. But let's go into the details here, what they're talking about here. Obviously, I won't go over every single thing, but I will post up, the images of like each of the patch notes here, so you guys can read it as I go along. But I want to touch on some things here that do interest me the most. Feature updates here. So there's no longer a chance for masterworking to fail. The animation for it as well has been removed for non-milestone ranks. Temporary result screen now shows result affix, its role, and affix range. You got various UI improvements for the tempering and master working experiences. Visual indication has been added to the imprint UI, which indicates which legendary affixes are currently equipped, so that's good. Basically, it sounds like a lot of UI and visual improvements, things like that, to help things be more clear to the players. Then something really cool here, the Helltide in the Pit. So Helltides are getting a rework, and I guess the Pit, I don't remember if this is like been added already. I'm thinking this is maybe a new thing altogether, but part members that spins the rune shards open the Pit gets 100% of the master working materials. The rest of the party receives half the amount. Artillery and blast wave shrines are no longer spawn in the Pit. Hellborn spawn chance and Helltide zones has been increased. Baneful Heart drop rate has been adjusted to be more consistent. Overall loot quality from the Blood Maiden has been improved. Very good. Doomsayer variants, which used to drop a chest of Doomsaying on defeat, will now drop the contents of a Doomsaying chest on death with no additional cinders cost. Very good. Some balance adjustments here next. Many tempering affixes that were either overperforming or underperforming have been adjusted to meet intended power levels. Very good. Tempering affix for maximum size increase for various skills and effects such as Dust Devils or Bone Spirit is now capped 100%. All right. And then something very, very cool here, and that I'm interested in, is itemization updates. Full details on itemization, including legendary aspects and the Codex of Power, item fixes, greater fixes, tempering, masterworking. So read below for C4 block here, basically. So extracting an aspect now upgrades it in the Codex of Power. All aspects now exist in the Codex of Power. Various item affixes have been updated, and the overall pool of affixes has been condensed. Additionally, greater affixes have been introduced. New tempering and masterworking systems allow deeper customization of items and access to new affixes. Legendary items dropped from enemy level 95 plus are always 925 item power. Good. Unique items can now drop earlier in the game. Very, very good. So World Tier 3 unique items now drop as non-sacred in World Tier 1 and 2. World Tier 4 unique items now drops as sacred in World Tier 3. Uber unique items can start dropping from monster level 55. Drops at 925 item power. Awesome. That's a huge difference. Huge change. Minimum levels required to equip sacred and ancestral items has been reduced. Sacred is 35, ancestral 55. Very huge there too. Holy hell. Wow. Okay. All right, some game updates here. Accessibility, new character highlights. We have added an option to highlight NPCs, characters, and enemies found within Sanctuary to make them easier to distinguish against different environments. So standard highlight and additional highlights as well. Helltide Reborn. Helltide has been updated to provide more challenges and rewards. Helltide threat. As you battle through Helltides, you will generate threat. How much will be determined by the difficulty of monster and how often you're securing tortured gifts within Helltide. There are 3 Helltide threat tiers that each increase the danger and frequency of monster ambushes. At tier 3, you will become Hell marked. Achieving maximum threat will initiate a brief ambush frenzy of maximum enemy density. The ambush will end with a final Hellborn spawn, immensely powerful agent of Hell, resurrected from the tortured souls of Sanctuary's most powerful champions. There are 5 variants representing each class in Diablo 4. Upon activating the Hellborn ambush, your threat will reset. Dying will reset your threat. Wow, okay. A curse ritual. Baneful hearts can primarily be earned through opening tortured gift chests and can be used as the curse ritual location. Baneful hearts can also drop from Hellborn demons, doomsayers as well. A scene of shocking gore. The curse ritual is the ultimate testament to the disturbing lengths the followers of Hell will go to appease their dark wishes. It is here where you can begin the accursed ritual. Deposit 3 baneful hearts to begin the ritual, and you will be swarmed with a dense demonic ambush. Other players within your subzone will be alerted that the ritual has begun if they wish to join you in the fight. Ambush will climax with the arrival of the Blood Maiden, an immensely powerful demonic creature who will offer great reward upon her death. They got World Tier 1 and 2 adjustments. A version of Helltide has been introduced for World Tiers 1 and 2. With following adjustments, all torture gifts are mystery chests, no roaming bosses. Monster density adjusted to match expected difficulty to World Tier 3 and 4. They got some new items, general uniques. Turtle's Might, unique chest armor. A full life, your skills unleash a divine barrage dealing damage. Yen's Blessing, unique boots. Casting a skill has a 40 to 60% chance to cast a non-mobility, non-ultimate skill that is currently on cooldown. This effect can only occur every 8 seconds, apparently now, instead of 12. So, legendary aspect of Frosty Strides. While below 45 to 6% life, evade freezes close enemies for cold damage and applies vulnerable to them for 3 seconds. Aspect of Concussive Strikes. Lucky hit. Damaging an enemy has up to a 20% chance to daze them for 2 seconds. You deal 5 to 20% increased damage to daze enemies. There you go. And then you got the different like class adjustments here. I'm not going to fully go over here, but I'll just showcase them here for Barbarian and Druid here in a bit, Necromancer, Rogue, and Sorcerer as well. So very cool with this stuff. Just take a look here. Pause the video if you need to. But this is really, really good. This is huge. Like the amount of changes they're making here. Holy hell, man. I know a lot of people, felt like they got burned by this game or they just got a bad taste in their mouth from this game because of how the launch version was. And even the first few seasons have been disappointing overall to many people. And it's like, you're just like, man, I don't even feel like jumping in. You're probably playing something else as far as a live service game, like whether you're playing Helldivers 2, Final Fantasy 14, Warframe, or something else that's got your attention. Right now is a live service game. So I get they're trying to bring people back in. They're also trying to bring in new players as well too with this update. I don't know. This could work. It could. The changes here overall seem very good. It's exciting. I'm honestly tempted to jump back in myself. I'll have to see if maybe, if my friends want to jump back in with me. We try it together. You also got some balance updates too. So take a look at those as I show them here on screen. And probably the most exciting thing for me is just how the loot's being reworked. The in-game stuff with the pit, Helltides being reworked as far as, being more engaging. Seems to be more fun there. The balance adjustments, itemization, updates, seems to be a lot. One thing I'm still waiting on, though, and I actually have to check this myself. Let me know in the comments below. Did they ever fix the storage? I know you can, essentially, through the process of, playing a game, you can unlock, I think, up to 5 boxes or whatever heck. But we need more than that. We need more than 5. Did they ever update that? I have to go and look into that. And that's something I was hoping would be in here, but I don't think they did. Something else I'm wondering about, are they still trying to come out with their first expansion or DLC this year? Because I think they mentioned before they were trying to do yearly like expansions because they're kind of trying to treat us more of like an MMO type experience than like, you know, uh a just simple like offline or, you know, multiplayer co-op game or something like that, like how Diablo 3 was. So I'm not too sure what's going on with that. I know there was like they gave us a tease and stuff like that, but they were also testing the waters with certain things too, where it's like, oh, hey, if we add an extra storage system or box here as part of the expansion, would you buy it or something? There was like a weird survey thing. They were trying to see what they can get away with, basically. And it's like, no. I think with enough player pushback and things like that, like this we should have some of this basic stuff for free in the game. Like extra storage space should be free. We should not be paying money for that. I'm sorry, we should not. The only thing that should be optional to pay for is like the cosmetic stuff, you know, which honestly isn't all that great overall to me, in my opinion. Like you want to charge $20-25 for some of this stuff, and it's just not even like, no, it doesn't look that good overall compared to what's in the base game already. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on this though, guys. Is this stuff you're excited about? Is this going to make you jump back into the game? Or if you never played Diablo 4, is this going to make you get the game at all? Or are you just checked out at this point? Like, are you been checked out like a lot of people have and you're just not coming back to the game? You know, let me know. Love to hear from you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe if you're new. My name's Mike. Thanks for watching.